Hey everybody! I am excited to jump back into this collaborative songwriting track now. It's been really fun keeping tabs on how the song has changed a lot from its beginning stages. And one of the things that the group suggested was, okay, we're getting pretty close to the end. A lot of things have changed and been added and taken away since the drum track was originally put in. So, I might want to do some stuff that maybe does a better job of emphasizing the the layers that have been added, maybe things that are going to elevate the lyrics, any of that kind of stuff. So, as I've been listening back, there were a couple things that were obvious that I needed to change, though I still like particularly the beginning part with the electronic drums. Let me just switch over here so you can see the project. I think that the electronic drums are working really well at the beginning of the song. I like that they leave a lot of space for everything else to sort of fill in. Let's take a listen. Right now I'm soloing these. Here's the whole track. Oh, maybe not.
I'm here with my dear new collective. I've been figuring it out a day at a time. You see them gather at 16.
All right, we're getting a little bit of lag on the track. That's one of the things, like when I first put the drums in, there were 3 total tracks, and now we have 20. And that's amazing, and I love it. Sometimes my internet is less enthused about processing all those tracks at the same time. So as I was listening through, like I said, I love the space of the first verse and the first chorus. I also really liked that, I'm not sure if it was Spencer or someone else went in and did this, but kind of added in a dropout here before the second verse comes in. And I thought that was a really nice touch, a way to just let it breathe before it comes in with a pop, pop, and then back in. So all of that's working for me. I think it's great. But these electric drums, I could mess with the filters. I like them as is. But once we got further into the song, I felt like the lyrics are a little bit more forward, they're more confident, and that's sort of the theme of the song. And I want the drums to reflect that. So I wanted something that didn't seem very filtered, something like it seemed like it could just be in the room with me. So more acoustic drums. And so what I did is I just created a new track, which you can see here. And I copied and pasted the electric drum part. So let's hear them together. Here's just the electrics. We're going to add in those acoustics in a second. So they're really just combining into one thing, right? The acoustics by themselves sound like this. And then together, you get that. The problem, as you can already hear as it's going, is that when I copied and pasted that original, this sound that's like a click, the one that's sort of in the background, down here, is translating into a crash, which is way too much. It's like, it's supposed to be, crashes are you save for the big moments. If it's sort of like yelling. If you do it all the time, eventually people start tuning out everything you say because that's just your normal. So I wanted to change where that line is hitting. Go back to where it starts here. And I'm hovering over the track, hitting edit notes. That's what I want to do. So that's that crash sound. And I could either delete it or I could try to find another sound for it. There's the crash where it is right now. That's like a ride cymbal sound. That might be nice. Cowbell, probably not. What else is up here? More crashes. It's like a ride bell. Like a tom-tom would sound really ridiculous. Really, because it's happening so much, I don't want any like really long sounds. So even like these tom-toms that are like, boo, like they have a kind of a slower decay. And I'm not talking about Donkey Kong. So let's see what happens if I move this. Where was that ride cymbal sound? Here. What happens if I take a few of these and I move them up? There we go now. It didn't like me because these are in different chunks up here. It didn't like me trying to edit them all at once, so I might just have to drag them up kind of separately. All right, I'm just gonna do a little bit of this so I can hear it, and then if I want to do the rest, I can. Yeah, that works for me, I think. Even though it's gonna probably lag again, I'm gonna try to hear it in the rest of the context of the song as well. If I felt like it was too much, I could just take it out too, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. I had some really wise mentors of mine who are always like, if you're building a track and there's a problem, a immature way to handle that is to try to add more and more stuff into the track so it sounds better. But what the advice they've given is the opposite. Just start removing everything that doesn't feel really essential and let the song kind of dictate what it actually needs in those spaces. All right.
So I thought in my age.
Oh yeah, so laggy. But I can still kind of hear that that ride cymbal is. I said before that I didn't want note length, and I think that's not exactly what I was trying to say. I didn't want a super specific note, like a doom, because that could really interfere with like the musical notes that are happening. I don't mind that the ride takes up space, but it's floating up in like a different texture, a different part of the texture, so it's not fighting with the other sounds that are happening. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let me go back to this being soloed again and just hear a little bit of it. The hi-hat's still kind of a lot. Like I could kind of take or leave that at this point. Now it's back to that crash, so I gotta go in and fix that. So I'm gonna do a few more edits like along those same lines. But that's basically all I wanted to say about this portion. I wanted to make sure that there were no counter rhythms that were added in that were really clashing with the drums. But luckily everyone did a really nice job of just sort of fitting those pieces in with the drums that were already there. I also wanted to see if there were portions where I needed to build the drums up more, and that's what I'm doing now. And I might add in a few more accents towards the end, but otherwise, feeling really good about how this turned out. I hope it's been fun for you all to kind of watch the process, and I hope it inspires you to just take chances. I feel like at the end of the day with this one, all of us are going to have this feeling of this might not be 100% what I had in my mind. And if I had a million years to still work on it, I might make changes. But I think that even artists who release wildly popular songs feel that same way about all those tunes. So you can't let those feelings hold you back and keep you from saying, this is finished and I'm happy with it and it's good. Yeah, get out there and make some music with your friends. All right, bye.